Dr. Miller is now known as Dr. Stiller for the mysterious disappearance of his old video assistant, Stephen, after an in-class online vote for whether he shall live or die. However, Dr. Stiller still records educational videos for his classes. Let's hope his new assistant knows what she's getting herself into.
Hello, my name is Dr. Stiller, not Miller, and this is my assistant, Stephen.
It's not my name.
Yes, it is Stephen. Anyway, today we are talking about the Cat's Eye Nebula, also known as NGC 6543. The Cat's Eye Nebula was first discovered by a man named William Herschel. William Herschel. That's not William Herschel. That's William Huggins. Go get William Herschel. The Cat's Eye Nebula was first discovered by William Herschel in February 15, 1786, using a spectroscope. The Cat's Eye Nebula was the first planetary nebula whose spectrum was investigated by the English amateur astronomer William Huggins. That's not William Huggins. The other one's William Huggins.
I don't see the difference.
Go get it. Oh well. Anyway, William Huggins, that's the correct William. William Huggins demonstrated that planetary nebulae were gaseous and not stellar in nature. Astronomers have found that the Cat's Eye Nebula is roughly 3,000 light years, give or take, away from Earth. Well, you might be thinking to yourself, Dr. Stiller, what makes the Cat's Eye Nebula so unique? Well, that's its structure. The Cat's Eye Nebula is comprised of multiple knots, jets, bubbles, and complex arcs. However, not all of these structures are visible at the naked eye. We're able to comprise this image using multiple X-ray, gamma, and radio images. The center of the Cat's Eye Nebula is very bright, consisting of an inner elongated bubble, largely filled with hot gas, comfortably nestled into a pair of other spherical bubbles who have joined themselves at their waists, like best friends. Extremely fast stellar winds have hollowed out the nebula's inner bubble, making it appear to have burst at both ends. The Cat's Eye Nebula is roughly 10,000 times more luminous than our Sun. Take a look. As you can see, here is the Sun, for reference. Now, let's go to the Cat's Eye Nebula. And the Cat's Eye Nebula is around 10,000 times brighter, as you can see. Outside the bright inner portion of the nebula, there are a series of concentric rings, followed by a large faint halo that extends to large distances from the central star. Astronomers believe that the Cat's Eye Nebula started off as a main sequence star, which then, as it aged and grew older, fell onto the asymptotic giant branch, where it reached the end of its life. Astronomers believe that the pulsations that formed the rings probably started around 15,000 years ago and ceased about 1,000 years ago, when the formation of the bright central part began. Astronomers are able to examine the size and movement of the rings to be able to determine how old the nebula itself is. Like most astronomical objects, NGC 6543 consists mostly of hydrogen and helium, with heavier elements present in smaller quantities. Different studies generally find varying values for elemental abundances depending on what aspect and region of the nebula they're observing. Thank you all for joining me and Stephen on our adventure to the Cat's Eye Nebula. Stephen, this was a great first video that you and I have done together. Let's have a toast.
It's not my name.
It is your name.